Welcome back, piggies. This is episode 5 of the Pigskin Pals podcast with your boys, Dane and AJ. Today, Sam will be going through the Pigskin Playback for the week. Then Dane and I will be taking a look ahead at week 3 in our Redraft league, including some blockbuster trades. Let's get it, baby.
Welcome back. As AJ said, this is episode 5, and it was a tough weekend for me. I don't know if you can say the same yourself, AJ. I haven't really looked at all of our records, but it was a abysmal week 2 for me. I thought maybe I'd bounce back a little bit, but
no bounce back.
No bounce in here. I'm a
no bounce
basketball in the darkest place ever.
Love it. For redraft this week, I had the closest game of the week, actually, between me and Ben. 13-point deficit. Kyle Pitts sucks. It was the worst draft pick I had. I'm fully considering dropping him. That's just where I'm at. I'll probably end up just stashing him, but I just feel like I can't play him anymore. So I'm pretty pissed off about that.
League mates, you hear that? Because apparently he's on the trade block.
He is.
But
he is. I'm not going to cut him.
Now he's on the cut block.
I won't cut him. I'm going to stash him. But
I was thinking about Kyle Pitts earlier because probably because you mentioned that he's on the trade block. And I was like, holy cow. That trade by Jake was actually so even, or even like better for Jake too in Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like a Kyle Pitts and a first round pick for Saquon Barkley and
Matt Stafford, I think, was in it as well.
Yeah, the quarterback we playing Superflex Dynasty. I was like, holy shit, Jake is actually like really lucky and nasty in fantasy. I think
I would agree. I think I would also attribute it to luck and not skill.
It is luck, but also like he doesn't play with emotion at all because he's so busy. Yeah. And then he only plays with prior knowledge. He's like, oh yeah, Stafford's really good and Saquon's really good. I don't really care about the upside of Pitts because I've never seen it. Yeah, I'll do that trade.
Playing
and that totally worked out.
Perfect, I think, but I have no ability to do that.
Yeah, my dynasty is the complete opposite of emotionless. It's all my favorite players on one team that I've been able to garner. It is like, oh, I want my other favorite player, but I know he's also booty, but I don't pay for
him. Yeah,
I don't care.
To me.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your redraft league. It was a close one.
Close one.
You lost.
It sucks. My RB situation is no good, but as we'll talk about later in the pod, I think help is on the way. So we'll
help is on the way. You got a little trade in, but also mainly because of Zach Moss. Just a debrief. AJ had J.K. Dobbins and lost him week 1 with an Achilles, but has been decently able to replace him with a trade and Zach Moss. You had a lot of wide receiver.
Yeah, my wide receiver room is I love it. It's so deep. Like, I mean, Christian Watson hasn't even played yet. He's my wide receiver 4, I guess, at this point, and then Burks is my wide receiver 5. I like having those two guys as a 4 and 5 just in case they explode. So I'm pretty happy with that.
You'd be sitting a lot more pretty, honestly, if Delvin Cook just didn't look like balls out there.
I'd be sitting pretty if Brian Robinson didn't get taken right before me and I got Gibson instead. If literally the pick before me, Brian Robinson, got taken, I would be perfectly fine. I think if I just had B-Rob then as well. But
you would. I made a mistake. Another league I'm in, I'm 2-0. And I got my 4th running back. I was like, oh, this is PPR. This is perfect. I'm going to take Antonio Gibson. Pick right after me, Brian Robinson.
Yeah, Gibson.
And then I got clowned on. And then I was like, this is PPR, right? Like, I'm fine with this pick. And I really regret it now. But next year, baby, Gibby's going to be free.
It's always next year, baby.
It literally is.
It is. He's the Christian McCaffrey role again. I swear. Eric Bieniemy.
And then my league, or my team, It was also pretty close. It was almost as close as yours. I lost by 2 more points. I only needed Najee Harris to get me like 25 points and I would have won. Like, why the fuck can't Najee do that? Rookie year, sure. Because Big Ben is so
I'm
good.
telling you. I mean, everyone everywhere is saying
I know he's not elite.
No,
Like,
he's washed at this point, I think. I think
I don't think he's washed.
It's really a Zeke Tony Pollard situation right now. People are saying it all over the place, but I think it's a perfect way to describe it. Jalen Warren is just a more explosive guy, and
I'm fine with it though too, because I have Warren also in Dynasty. Yeah. So if it's gonna happen, like, make the switch sooner than later, and then maybe Najee can land somewhere else and I get more value with him. But I don't think Najee's washed either, because he can do all the same moves he did his rookie year. He's just not getting those targets.
It also doesn't help. And then the offensive line is not very good still.
Yeah, the offensive line is absolutely garbage. I can't even like evaluate him with how terrible the line is.
Yes. But enough of this chit chat. I think it's time to send it over to Sam for the Pigskin Playback.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, AJ and Dane, and welcome back to the Pigskin Pals Playback. All right, let's cut right to the chase, shall we? Week 2 Dynasty Playback. The first matchup number 1. Austin beats me 125-104. Rest in peace, Nick Chubb, my RB1. You will be missed. Both AJ and Dane starting off cold, as they both predicted me here. Sorry to disappoint you guys. Matchup 2. AJ beats Riley 165-131. AJ's team starting off the year nuclear. AJ had faith in his team, but Dane did not. AJ 1 for 2 on predictions. Dane is 0 for 2. Matchup 3, we got Peter beating Dane 126-106. Both AJ and Dane get this one right. AJ 2 for 3, Dane 1 for 3. Matchup 4, we got Jake beating Parker 151-121. Another couple solid predictions from the boys. AJ 3 for 4, Dane 2 for 4. Matchup number 5. Ben barely squeezes out a win against Luke, 95-97. A pair of correct predictions mean AJ is 4 for 5 and Dane is 3 for 5. Matchup 6. The last matchup for Week 2 Dynasty, we got Ryan beating Ethan 106-96. Another close battle. This time, the boys doubled down on Ryan. This means AJ for Dynasty went 4 for 6 and Dane went 3 for 6. Moving on to Redraft. The first matchup was me versus Ethan. I won 106-101. A real close one that depended on the Monday Night Football game. Again, a rough start for the boys as they both expected me to lose to Ethan. AJ goes to 4 for 7 and Dane goes to 3 for 7. Matchup 2, we got Benny Boy and AJ. Ben beats AJ 134-120. This time they both got it right. AJ goes to 5 for 8 and Dane goes to 4 for 8. Matchup 3, Austin beats Riley 142-88. A blowout performance indeed. The boys both saw this coming. AJ goes to 6 for 9 and Dane goes to 5 for 9. Matchup 4, we got the Spider-Man matchup, Peter and Parker. Peter takes the dub, 122-106. No faith in Parker from both the homies. AJ moves to 6 for 10 and Dane 5 for 10. Matchup number 5. Luke beats Ryan 116-94. Dane had faith in Ryan, but AJ did not. AJ and Dane are now tied at 6 for 11. Last but certainly not least, Jake beats Dane 126-112. Both predicted this, which means the final prediction results are going to be at a tie, 7 for 12. Congrats, gentlemen, on being slightly better than a coin flip. And now we can move on to Week 2's biggest loser and winner award. 3 people this week were 0-2, Riley, Dane, and Ethan, but one man stands above the others. This week's biggest loser award goes to Ethan. That's right. Losing the one redraft matchup to me in the fourth quarter of the Monday Night Football game, that has to feel tough, as well as being one of the biggest loser contenders from week 1, going 0-2 as well in week 1. That's a tough start to the year for Ethan.
There was a time when I was excited for fantasy football. Can I go back to that? The off season where I'm not losing to the guy who picked Justin Tucker in the 10th? Guess not. I'm sure I'll see you next week.
This week's biggest winner award between Jake, Ben, and Austin, winning both Redraft and Dynasty, I have to give to Jake. A stellar performance from the kid. He averaged 138.5 points, the highest of the 3 winners this week. And he shows no signs of slowing down. I do have to give an honorable mention, however, to AJ, for even though he went only 1-1, he averaged 142.5 points, which was the most this week. And that's all the time I got for Week 2 Pigskin Pals Playback. Thanks for having me, AJ and Dane. Sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you again, Sam. Stay tuned next week for Week 3's Pigskin Playback. Regardless of last week, well, I guess including last week, there were a ton of injuries. So there was a lot of mix-up in this league, and no further way to mix it up than with some trades.
Absolutely.
AJ and I both had some blockbuster trades. Both of us traded our second-round picks.
We did.
I got a receiver for a running back. What'd you get?
I got a running back for a receiver. Who would have thought?
Damn. Yeah, I traded Josh Jacobs.
Oh, I just got Josh Jacobs for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Look at that. The first trade of the season is in Redraft is between none other than me and Dane. Who would have thought?
Yep. So I floated it out, honestly, like right after the draft, I think, or after week 1, one of the two.
It was after week
but
1.
I'm pretty happy that we got it done. I was heavy with running back. I still have Pollard and
Najee.
Yeah.
And I was heavy wide receiver. So as much as on paper, if we did this at the draft, it would look like a wash. Right now, it probably looks like I'm losing a bit just because Jacobs has been kind of booty, but I don't expect that to really continue for the whole year.
I don't think it's a wash because
I really needed a running back, so I don't know.
I don't think it's a wash because Amon-Ra has turf toe or some shit.
That is true.
He's gonna be injured. I saw that.
That was part of the reason I was okay with this trade was if he ends up being injured, this is a great trade for me, and if he doesn't, unlucky. I still need a running back anyway. It was worth the shot.
Honestly, if I was paying more attention, I probably and I saw that news. I probably just would have waited until I got further clarification.
I was hoping that was the case, and that's why I just kind of willy-nilly, because I said, oh, well, let me see if I get any other offers, that type of thing. It was like 2 hours later. No one had sent me anything, but then I just kept reading all this stuff about Amon-Ra, who was off the field like a couple times. I said, I'm just going to send this offer and pray and just accept it. And that's it.
Yeah.
But he could end up being fine.
And that's what happened.
Deal.
So...
yeah, just a quick little shake-up. A bit of a blockbuster, to be fair, for the first trade of the year. 2 second-round picks for each other.
Yeah. And I'm not even that butthurt about that news because I was willing to move off of Jacobs right away after the draft because, one, I didn't even want to draft him. I wanted Amon-Ra originally, I think, but I don't know what came over me in the draft.
Wasn't it?
And then, well, mainly just because like when I was doing research, like I saw like how many RB1s never reproduce. And like when you get that workload, it's just really tough to reproduce the numbers of your league winning season from the previous year. And then also with combined of him missing that much camp and how he's probably going to have a slow start, which he is.
He is, yeah.
I was like,
negative yards on the ground.
I don't care.
Last week. Bonkers.
Yeah, along with his bad stats, I was also just ready to move off of him because I'm getting a little bit more faith with my bench, which is all rookies basically. But Marvin Mims, he popped off. Zay Flowers, looking like the wide receiver, one of the rookies right now. Kincaid, his snaps going up.
He
might be able to replace someone. Nah. They run 2 wide receiver sets.
I know, but Knox is just, I think because of the rapport he has with Allen already, he's been getting a lot of looks, but maybe that'll change as it goes on.
I think it will, like always. Like the better talent will always outshine, I think, but we'll see. And Knox will never be there forever, but
that's true. Probably
this is redraft. Never mind. And then Tank Dell too. Yo, what a tank.
You did. I forgot that you went like so rookie heavy at that draft.
I don't know. I think slowly but surely my team can step it up. We are 0-2, but
are you 0-2 both?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's a tough start.
I'm looking for a win. I'm thirsty for a win. But maybe I can get the dub in our Pigskin Pick'ems this week.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
I dug myself a little bit further behind again this week. But maybe this is going to be the matchup unless we don't have all the same picks again in one of the leagues.
We'll see. Quick want to mention, there was one more trade that went through in our redraft league just today, actually. A spicy little weird one. Austin basically just messaged me and said, I need some fab. Help a brother out. I will basically downgrade just for some fab bucks. So I sent him Sean Tucker and 7 fab for Tajay Spears, which realistically, this probably will be a nothing trade and nothing ever comes of it. But I think Tajay...
I don't even think that's a downgrade for Austin. I think that's an upgrade for Austin.
I think no shot. I think, personally, the reason I'm doing it, 1, I don't think Sean Tucker is really going to get that much work. 2, I think Cam Akers might come in for the Bucks. I think he might get traded there because they're in conversation right now.
No.
And 3,
he's going to go to the Browns.
I think Tajay is just going to get more and more work as the year goes on, and he's been uber efficient with his carries. So I like the upside pick on him, and that's all I don't really like Sean Tucker.
That's crazy. Hold on. I think I disagree with every single thing you said. 1, I think Cam Akers, he's not going to the Bucks. He's going to the Browns. 2,
Kareem Hunt's with the Browns right now. He visited. He's just going to go back. I think it's a bad call.
2,
he'll just go back.
2, Rachaad White is way more replaceable than Derrick Henry. I think Rachaad White's job is like Sean Tucker can take that job way easier than Tajay Spears can take Derrick Henry's job.
I don't think they're doing it though. It's like just the way that it's been going. Rachaad White is all the work so far. Sean Tucker's getting 4 carries a game max. Tajay Spears getting close to that, maybe a couple more, but he's actually producing off of it. And I think he's going to produce more off it just because he's a different runner. He's more explosive right now than Derrick Henry is. It's kind of like, the Thunder and Lightning. I think he's just a change of pace guy that gets a lot of good opportunities as opposed to Henry. So I just like Tajay Spears better.
Yeah, he gets the snaps, but he doesn't actually get the carries though.
I think I just like Tajay Spears better as a player, and I really just
no
don't
ACL
like Sean
kid.
Tucker. Tajay Spears has looked good. You cannot deny that he has looked good. So
I guess if you don't have any ACLs, you can't tear them.
Exactly.
So.
I think, honestly, my true take, it'll probably end up being a nothing trade. None of these guys will ever be in our starting lineup, and I just gave him 7 fab. But
well, it's not a nothing trade. It's because Austin's going to sign a running back, and I'm calling it that it is Kareem Hunt.
I would agree.
And then,
but here's the thing: if he's going to spend 100 something whatever on Kareem Hunt, go ahead. Like, that's got to be a waste of fab. But if he does it on Matt Breida,
one less
going to be back soon. And if he does it on Kareem Hunt, I don't think wherever he goes, I don't think he's going to be that useful of a play. So I just think it's going to be a waste of fab. That's why I felt okay with it.
I'm looking at our waivers.
There's no.
I haven't even set. I haven't set one yet.
Got drafted by Peter. He would have been the pickup of the week. He's gone. There's no one. Pierre Strong is there, but they're going to bring in another running back probably.
Austin would be the guy to spend 100 fab on Josh Reynolds.
Yeah. Reynolds is a good pickup, but not for 100 fab. But
I don't think this is going to be released. It's definitely not going to be released before waivers run. So I'm fine with saying this. But Austin also offered me a trade earlier in the day before yours was accepted. And I didn't see his trade offer. And then he snapped me. He's like, so no Juju for 50 fab. I was like, no, Juju's balls. I don't want him.
He tried doing Juju for 50 fab to me as well. I said, why would I want Juju? Juju's
Yeah. And then immediately after your trade, I was like, okay, calling it 107 fab for Kareem Hunt.
No, so what he said to me,
I know that's what's happening.
Over fab after he makes his thing. So he's going to do like 101 or some crazy shit, I think. And then have like 6 fab over.
Yeah, and then he snapped me later. He was like, you were half right, half wrong. And I was like, what? Right player, wrong amount. And then I don't think he ever got back to me.
It's good. Yes. But yeah, that's just a weird little trade that went through.
Crazy.
I think Tajay Spears is going to be might be playable at some point. And let's just say Derrick Henry, I hope it doesn't happen, but he gets hurt. The playoff weeks for the Titans, they play Houston twice. That's money in the bank. So that's a good shot to take, I think.
Have you watched the Titans game?
Yeah.
I think Houston's saying Titans is money in the bank.
No, just have you seen people run the ball against Houston?
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's also like they haven't played the Bears yet.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, some other shit team. But we'll have to see.
Let's get right into the redraft matchups, I think. We'll start it off. Always going to start it off with me. So let's start it off again with me. It's me and Ryan. Not much for me to say here. Adding Josh Jacobs. I think Ryan's team is not that good. I'm going with me.
So stern and disciplined with that. I also am going to side with you. I know with my luck, Jacobs is going to have like a 30 burger this week.
Yeah.
Just fucking destroy Ryan. Ryan is he dealing with any injuries right now?
Demont is the most notable, I'd say. Yeah. And then Jameson Williams is suspended, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah, I think just the Dolphin stack is going to come back and strike this week. So that's also another reason why I chose you. We can go straight to mine then.
Yep.
I think it's time to put my money where my mouth is.
Here we go, baby.
Been talking down Parker's teams all season so far. And it's time for me to take the W.
He's bringing home a W this week. And I agree with that. I also took you.
Let's go. I think week 3, one of my rookies is going to pop off. And then Hunter Henry, I got him in the lineup. He's locked in there.
He's locked.
Tight end 1, baby.
Tight end 2.
Tight end 1. Tight end 1 in my heart. And then, I don't know.
I think Tony Pollard's going to have a big day. They play Arizona. I mean, isn't he just going to run all over him? They're going to be up 80-0.
There's just no one on Parker's team that I'm scared of.
CeeDee Lamb, I would be scared of.
Yeah. That was the one name I'm going to mention.
Yeah.
But he's playing Phoenix. Like,
you're saying it's just going to
either CeeDee's going to get shut down or...
Yeah, shut down. I don't know. It's just going to be like playing a bad team situation.
Yeah. Or they're just like not going to need him at all.
100%.
I don't know, man. Have you seen... I was watching that Phoenix Giants game.
Phoenix, bro. It's Arizona. Come on, man.
I know. But I was watching that because I have Daniel Jones in Dynasty. So I was like, oh, man, his job could be on the line if he throws this game. But
turns out,
obviously, Jones balled out.
Yeah.
But that defense is actually kind of legit. They're like playing. They're playing hard. So I think they're going to be like a surprise challenge every week. Everyone's going to maybe match them up as as chalk. But
the only issue I don't know is if the Cowboys defense is so absurd right now, I don't think Josh Dobbs is going to be able to do anything all game. And that's just going to put so much pressure on their defense because they're going to be on the field all the time. where I think they'll probably break down. Maybe it starts off hot, right? The defense stops Dallas a couple times, but I don't know. I don't see that lasting too long. But yeah, I'm agreeing.
I see it that way. If anything, they start cold, I think, because they underestimate them and then they make adjustments.
Yep. I see that as well.
But I see Dallas going 3-0.
Agreed. Let's head on over to Sam versus Riley. Looking at this one, kind of an interesting matchup, I will say. Battle of the underperforming QBs in Deshaun Watson and Justin Fields. But for me, I have more faith in Sam's team right now if Aaron Jones is a 100% go. So I'm going Sam here.
Ooh. I'm also going Sam. Not the same reason. Even if Jones is out, I think Sam will still take the dub. I can't get behind Riley's team because he has Justin Fields and DJ Moore. That is half too many Bears for me.
It's just so tough, you know. I mean, I didn't think they were going to be like a crazy, you know, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, that type of breakout season, but I thought they would be better. Maybe they still will be. Just a real tough start. Justin Fields looks like he forgot how to play football. It might be cooked. I don't know. Same with Deshaun.
It's also though like
cooked.
Yeah, like I don't love Sam's team either.
Yeah, no, that's why it was a tough matchup.
It was
pick. It's because
really
tough. It's like I don't know. They're both fine, I guess.
It's literally the deciding factor for me is Sam has Kelsey.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Riley's starting Luke Musgrave.
Yep, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think that's all we got to say about that one. That's a kind of a brutal matchup, I'd say. I just don't really vibe with either of the teams.
Yeah, and then the next matchup is honestly still my favorite team, I think, and Jake's team versus Peter's team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Jake all day. Dude is looking nice. He's got Joe Mixon, who should, I think, only grow in value with this Burrow injury. He should be getting some more work. Jefferson's just going to be a dog. He's playing the fucking Chargers.
That's going to be brutal.
Potential 40 bomb.
Yep.
Mike Evans is looking like the steal of drafts.
Third coming, fourth coming of Baker Mayfield, whatever you want to call it. That guy.
Yeah.
He throws. That's what I was saying. That's what I said before we drafted. Baker throws deep balls. He's a good deep ball thrower, and that's Mike Evans. So, yeah. And I also was going Jake. Did the injuries on the side of Peter is going to hurt too. Chubb, obviously. Ayuk might not play.
I don't think Ayuk's playing this week.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm gonna put Ayuk out.
Game.
And then now he's playing Thursday.
Yeah, no way.
I don't think that's gonna happen. And then Jake only kind of gained stuff from injuries because Saquon's out. I think Waller, if he has a healthy week, he's gonna be getting lots of targets.
And he's got Kyron Williams sitting on the bench here. I'm playing him over Alexander Madison just because Alexander Madison stinks.
I think I have my favorite. And would you play the stack of Daniel Jones and Darren Waller over Trevor Lawrence against Houston? Because Trevor should only have to play half the game.
Not how it's going to work, though. You know that's not how it's going to work. I would play T-Law still. I don't hate the Daniel Jones stack, but they're playing San Francisco. I know the Rams just beat up on them, but a little bit. Didn't really beat up on them, but play pretty well against them. I think the Rams are probably better than the Giants, so I would stick with Trevor Lawrence personally.
I'm actually curious about interdivisional games with Trevor Lawrence. Like, if he plays Houston, are those closer?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, last year he scored fucking 4.4 points and 10 points against Houston.
Was Houston the last game of the year or one of the last games of the year? Because that's when ETN, they just it
was week 17.
Yeah, they demolished them and then they just didn't play.
He only played 70% of the snaps. Was he hurt also?
No, they demolished him. They were up 40-0 in
he got benched?
Yeah, and they just sat him and ETN.
He did score 19 points rookie year against Houston.
I think it'll be fine. I'm not worried about that. I would stick with T-Law that last week was so rough. I don't know if you saw all of the touchdown throws.
And then another 10.
They just couldn't. The receivers couldn't get 2 feet in. Brutal, absolutely brutal. But let's move on. Luke and Ben. This is a. Let me take a look again. Oh, I think this is. No, I'm not taking a shot. I'm going with Luke here. I think is where I ended up. I don't know if Devontae will play. Jamal Williams is out. It's going to be a close matchup, I think. Saquon's out. I got Luke here. I think Gibbs has to get more work if Monty's out. And the stack against Minnesota, Herbert and Mike Williams, come on. So yeah, I'm going Luke.
Yeah, I also went Luke just because of the loads of injuries. Ben's going to be missing Jamal Williams, maybe Devontae, or he might not be at 100%. Joe Burrow also, Saquon. Not looking too hot, but he does have Tutu.
I don't think he plays Tutu, unfortunately. I guess maybe
I don't think
has
so
to
either.
if Devontae doesn't play, but yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut for me. That's going to be Luke this week just because of injuries. And then I like the Chargers matchup. And
then the last one is Austin and Ethan, right?
Yep.
And I hope it's not the same.
Oh, I think it is.
Ethan's projected to win,
But
I'm going to go with Austin.
I also am going with Austin.
I don't think I can side against CMC. And then Ethan, I think the Bucks are going to give the Eagles a run for their money.
Oh,
that defense is kind of scary.
there's a change in tune here from last week when you were saying, "Oh, the Eagles, they're good, man. They're good." But now the Bucks are going to give them a beating here, is what you're saying.
No, I was saying the Eagles defense is going to give
Oh, I see.
Minnesota a run for the money. But and also Vikings suck balls. But yeah. I'm taking Austin here. We were hating on his team hard. It's kind of growing on me a little bit.
It is on me as well. Devontae Smith has been playing really well. Christian McCaffrey is just a beast. If DK Metcalf, he hits
Swift
poorly,
keeps it up too.
Yeah.
That's going to be the
And I think Jordan
bad
Pickens
take
right
for us.
now with Deontay Johnson out he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think honestly, it looks like Austin's team has grown the most from injuries in the league.
In terms of just he hasn't been hit that hard, so his team's looking good.
That and like backups have been excelling because of injuries.
Yeah, but what backup does he have? Oh, I guess Pickens. We just talked about it. And then I guess DeAndre
Pickens and Swift.
Yeah, because Kenny Gainwell was the guy. So yeah, I guess you're right.
Until this week, I guess, because we've had some big injuries.
Yeah. So that looks like we have actually the same picks for redraft this week. And that does not help you out at all, considering I am up 3 games at this point. 13 and 11 is my record, and 10 and 14 is Dane's. So I guess we'll see if he can make it up in the next episode, in the Dynasty episode. But thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time. I don't know.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. See you guys in the next episode.